Hey everyone, welcome back to the Brothers War set review. If you enjoy this video, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on Twitch to watch me live. Arms Race is an enchantment. You may put an artifact card from your graveyard onto the battlefield. That artifact gains haste. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. This card is incredibly powerful, but also too slow and gets hated too hard, so probably not good. But I guess if people are not respecting enchantments, then you can play a bunch of expensive artifacts for 4. Sure. Maybe. Brotherhood's End, 3 mana sorcery. Choose 1. 3 damage to each creature and each planeswalker. Wow. Destroy artifact. Wow. Okay, this is the best card in the set. What the fuck? That is insane. I don't think I need to go. Like, this is actually insane. Okay. Draconic Destiny. 3 mana enchant creature. So it's an aura. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has flying haste in 1. So you pay 1, this creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. It's a dragon. In addition to its other types, when enchanted creature dies, return this to its owner's hand. Uh, uh, I feel like this card is good, but again, it's hard to evaluate because I don't know how many answers to enchantments or how much exiles in the set. Like, obviously, this doesn't really fit in any deck right now, and it would have to be like maybe mono red or something. Like, this is basically infinite haste for your late game. So you'll have like infinite reach with this almost, because every creature in your top deck is gonna have haste and flying. But also you don't want to play too many of these, so I think that's also a problem. So you need cards that can discard cards from your hand and redraw. But it's too much work. This probably isn't playable, but this is very strong. But it's probably too expensive for standard. Whatever. It's a cool card. I don't want it to be strong because this would take. It would be kind of like an Embercleave style card where I feel like this would dominate the meta if it was too strong. But it's not too strong. Ball of Krug. The card is very difficult to evaluate, so I could be wrong too. It might actually be broken, or it might just be actually trash. I don't know. I feel it's good though, but there's no archetype for it. Fall of Krug, 6 mana, sorcery. Choose target opponent, destroy a land that player controls, and then deal 3 to that player and 1 to each creature to control. Unplayable. Fell Dawn Ronum Excavator. 2 mana, 2/2 haster. This creature can't block, and whenever this creature is dealt damage, exile that many cards from the top of your library. Choose one of them until the end of your turn. You may play that card. Eldon into Draconic Destiny, is that that a thing? End of your next turn, yeah. My bad. Yeah, I in my head I said it, but I didn't. Yeah, end of your next turn. Just like every exile effect from red. Well, actually, no. End of your next turn. No, that's no, that's relevant. Wait, no, all the exile effects from red do end of your next turn for the most part, right? Like, yeah, I mean, some don't. Yeah, I guess it's better to clarify. Yeah, okay. Next turn, that's actually decent. That means if they kill on your turn, you still have the turn after that to play those cards. To play, oh, that card. Choose one of them. Hmm. But also, you can destroy this in black, and it doesn't draw anything. But still, red does not have good 2-drops, so this is fine. It's cool. It's a cool card. It's not insane, but it's good. It might be insane actually. I don't know. Who knows? Giant Cinder Maul has Trample and is a 3-mana 4/3. Players can't gain life. What the fuck? I was gonna. I saw the art and I was just gonna scroll past it, and then I realized it was an uncommon. So I was like, okay, I should probably read it. But this is like rare status power level. Like what? Did not expect that. I'm gonna be honest. I saw the art. I was like, this is like a common vanilla 4/3, right? No, it's actually not. Okay, so this is another case of the what's that green cat? The 3/3 vigilance trample create a treasure. I feel like this is like same shit. This is like the same design philosophy behind this. It's just like like what is this? I don't. Yeah, Jewel Thief. I don't think this card is too strong. I don't think it's Jewel Thief. Like Jewel Thief is a common, and it's actually better than this card. I think because this can die to 3 damage, which is kind of annoying, and it doesn't leave anything behind. So it's not the card isn't actually that good. It's just surprising to see like this amount of text on an uncommon that has good stats. Like it's definitely a good card. It's just probably not playable in standard, but still, I'm surprised. Like Jewel Thief was like barely playable, and it might actually see play. I think Jewel Thief will see play. Jewel Thief will see play in the next bet, I think, because of artifacts. But this probably not. But still, it's just surprising to see this amount of power on a 3-drop. That's not a rare. I might see play, honestly. We'll see. Trample's really huge. I feel like trample is a huge keyword. That's definitely massive for the card. But yeah, it's rough. I don't know. I think the metagame's not going to lend itself very well to this, but we'll see. Anyways, Horned Stone Seeker. 2-mana, 2/2 menace. When Horned Stone Seeker enters the battlefield, create a tap Power Stone token. When Horned Stone Seeker leaves the battlefield, sacrifice a Power Stone. So you're basically getting a 2-mana menace with upside. Power Stone can cast artifacts. Well, what are you casting? I guess we have to see the artifacts. This seems good. Aggressive artifact aggro, I guess. But like what artifacts? I think that's the biggest problem. I don't know what artifacts. We'll see. Mechanized warfare. Mechanized warfare. So 3-mana enchantment. If a red or artifact source you control would deal damage to an opponent or permanent opponent controls, it deals that much damage +1. This sounds like it would be good. But I don't really know about the artifact sources, so that's what's confused me a little bit. I guess until I see again, these two cards seem to be more centered around the artifact side of things. So this is hard to evaluate, and if people are playing, I mean, I guess even if people are playing ways to deal with this, as long as it's not a 2-for-1, I think you're fine. So it would have to be an aggro deck. I don't know. Too expensive for what it does? Well, not necessarily, right? Because if you have red or artifact sources that have like an ability that like taps and then deals damage, you're getting value from this potentially on turn 3 immediately. Well, you probably are because you're attacking or something. And then if you get recurring value from your creatures or artifacts that ping or something like that, it could be interesting. It's kind of interesting. Like, I don't know. Hard to evaluate right now, but I think it has some amount of power to it. Mishra. 3 mana, 2/1 haster. Pay 1 in tap, discard a card, draw a card. Whenever you discard 1 or more artifact cards, add 2 red. This ability triggers only once each turn. So, two mana, 2/1. I want to say this card is terrible, but these kind of effects are scary. But it can only trigger once each turn. It's probably bad. At least I hope it is, because I don't know. The stat line is just horrendous. Mishra's command. 1 red and X. Choose 2. Choose target player. They may discard up to X cards when they draw a card for each card discarded. Then they draw a card for each card discarded this way. Sorcery speed, that's not good. This spell deals X damage to target creature. Okay, that's fine. This spell deals X damage to target planeswalker. Okay. Target creature gets X plus O and gains haste until end of turn. That's kind of useless. So let's say you pay 3. You can deal 2 to creature and pump your creature by 2. The discard redraw is more of a flex choice. So later down the line. And then deal damage to planeswalker could be relevant. I think my main problem with this is actually I guess maybe you would discard and draw more often than you would X in haste. So 3 mana, draw, discard 2, draw 2, and then deal 2. I don't know. This card's weird. Sorcery too, like it's just weird. Oh, discard synergy? Yeah, I actually think this card is good. So 4 mana, deal 3, discard, draw 3. Potentially. This wouldn't be more than one of though. There's no way you're playing more than this. More than 2, more than 1. Elder Dragon War. Yeah, but it's not the same. This doesn't do the same thing as Elder Dragon War. Elder Dragon War doesn't even hit planeswalkers. Elder Dragon War is such a fail for Wizards. The card not hitting planeswalkers makes 0 sense. They don't do the same thing. I feel like this card is way different. It's probably a one of. Maybe. I do think it's fine. It's pretty balanced. It doesn't feel too strong and it doesn't feel that weak, so it's pretty fair, I think. Monastery Swift Spear. Yeah, haste 1/2 with prowess. That's pretty good. Wait, prowess procs off of artifacts? Wait, this card's insane. What the fuck? Whenever you cast. Okay, red aggro, maybe actually, maybe red aggro. Turn 1 Swift Spear, turn 2 Felden, turn 3 Draconic Destiny. I don't know. I mean, you need efficient removal for this card to be so strangle, like force strangle, Swift Spear, one copy of this. You need ways to consistently draw off the top, so play Felden, maybe one copy of Draconic Destiny. I don't know. Doesn't seem like it's good enough yet, but it's. And then you could play artifacts too. Oh no. Oh, blue red tempo. Mm, well, not as it stands, but a different type of blue white of blue red tempo, sure. Like a very aggressive burn style, yeah. If that's even possible. Like I feel like the Jin deck might just be better still. I don't know if going fast is the answer to current standard or the next standard. Because it wasn't in previous standards and this one either. So maybe the next one, I don't know. Yeah, people are playing this card in multiple formats, I know, but that doesn't mean it's gonna be good in standard. Standard is really weird, so this could also just not see play at all. We'll see. More likely it will, but probably only in a single deck, and it would have to be. I just don't know if it's supported enough. We'll see. Obliterating Bolt, sorcery, deals 4. Okay, so we're just getting a lava coil again. Okay. Sure. Lava coil is good. All right. Over the top. 7 mana sorcery. What the fuck? Each player reveals a number of cards from the top of their library equal to the number of non-land permanents they control. Put all permanent cards they reveal this way onto the battlefield. This is trash. This has to be trash. That's unplayable. This is an anti-control card, I guess. Or I don't know. This can't be played in the main deck, right? You have to know your opponent's not playing that many permanents. Win more. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. Like, but that's what I was gonna say, and then I thought about it. I was like, is it actually that win more? Because I don't know. At what point is this good? Like, how many permanents? 5? What about your opponent? What if your opponent has more? Then you lose. So this is unplayable if your opponent has more permanents. But assuming you have more, then you're also playing more shitter token permanents, right? You're playing more bad permanents if you have more likely. It's just bad. It's just terrible. I don't know. Maybe there's some synergy with like I don't even know. Anti-control at 7, yeah, I know, but it's just weird. It's not anti-control. It's like I mean, it's ideally you'd play this against control that has no counter spells. I don't know. And then they board wipe you. That's just useless. Never mind. It's not good against control. Like that's the first thing my mind went towards because they don't play permanents, right? For the most part, but that's not even good. It's terrible. Pyrrhic Blast, 4 mana instant. Sacrifice a creature as an additional cost to the spell, and deals damage to sacrifice creature's power to any target card. So it's just it's a sack damage spell, but you draw a card. But 4 mana. But 4 mana though, when you usually this effect costs 2. Yeah, no. Spell can't be countered. Destroy target effect. Ooh, quite terrible. Sardian Cliff Stomper, 2 mana, 0/4, and as long as it's your turn and you control 4 more mountains, Cliff Stomper gets plus X plus O, where X is the number of mountains you control. So 2 mana, kind of 4/4 later, but not guaranteed. And no trample. That's terrible. I think it's terrible. I don't understand what mono red deck would want a 0/4 on turn 2. Actually, like it's 2 mana destroy target effect of any mana because you play this thing. Wait, what are we talking about? This is busted. Limited. Mono red limited. Sure. Mono red limited. Sure. Are we talking about race to the ground? It's actually 2 mana destroy target effect depending on the meta. How's it? Oh, raise. Yeah, raise to the ground. 3 mana destroy target effect. How's it 2 mana? Yeah, if it was 2 mana, it would be broken. Okay, it's 3. Yeah, okay, okay. Good, good. I thought I was like missing something. All right. Tyrant of Courageous, 6 mana, 4/5 flyer dragon. When Tyrant of Courageous enters the battlefield, it deals 4 damage to any target. And then you can pay red to give it +1/+0. This is insane and limited, but obviously unplayable and constructed. Visions of Phyrexia, 4 mana enchantment. Beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. At the beginning of your end step, if you didn't play the card, make a Power Stone token. This is bad, I think, because it's 4 mana and doesn't have any ETB. Okay, great. 8 mana, 5/5 flyer with the 2 colorless activation, giving it +1/+0 until end of turn. Prototype, 3 mana for a 1/3. This is trash. Okay, so that's bad news for all the artifact stuff already. Heavyweight Demolisher, 7 mana, 8/6 menace. At the beginning of your end step, at the beginning of your upkeep, tap Heavyweight Demolisher unless you pay 3. Unearth 8. Unearth 8. Why are these trash? Okay. Mishra's Juggernaut. 5 mana for a 5/3 trample. Oh wait, this is common. Okay. Mishra's research desk. 1 mana artifact. 1 and tap. Sacrifice Mishra's research desk. That's hard to pronounce. I'm gonna be honest. Exile the top 2 cards of your library. Choose one of them until the end of your next turn. You may play that card. Unearth 2. This is this is very good, right? But is it yeah. It's just better than it's kind of better than the red thing that exiles the top card. This could be played in control too, technically. Like a non-blue control deck. This is good. It's cheap. It gives you what you most likely need out of two, so it's kind of like a scry, but you see both cards. Or this could see play in aggro, yeah, sure. Yeah, it's very strong, yep. This card is very good. Every tempo deck could play this. Yeah, it's just good. Aggro decks could play this. It's cheap enough where you can play this in everything, I think. If you wanted to. If you needed this kind of effects, which I think is good effects. And I think the most important thing about this card is until the end of your next turn. So the Unearth is no downside, basically. Like, it's not like you need to cast a spell that turn. Just 3 mana draw a card out of the top 2. It's good. Scrapwork Mutt. I'm not going to read it because it's common. Okay. Skitter Beam Battalion. 9 mana, 4/4, trample, haste. When Skitter Beam Battalion enters the battlefield, if you cast it, create 2 tokens that are copies of it. I got super scared for a second because I was expecting the prototype to be like 3 mana. But no, it's 5 mana. 5 mana for 3 2/2s with trample and haste. That's very strong. But in what deck? This is good. This is very good. But I'm trying to think. I mean, maybe in mono red, yeah. I think. I don't know if you'd want this in mono red. It's 5 mana. But yeah, what's up, broken? Um, I'm thinking more of like a deck that either leverages multiple attackers or has anthem effects, or can use the 3 different permanents for something. I'm obviously this is too much to think about, so I can't. I'm probably missing a lot of things with this card, and I feel like the fact that I'm potentially missing a lot of things means that this is a good card. Like, you get 3 separate attackers, so this could be good with like Chandra, the one where you minus and you can deal damage to an opposing creature, planeswalker, or just creature. I don't remember. This is one of the most feel bad cards when it's countered. But it's 5. I mean, any 5 mana spell. I feel like Battalion's close, but not good enough. It might be. It's too much to think about. Like, I feel like 3 different permanents, 2/2 trample, and they immediately attack. I feel like that's potentially good. Like Boros, Wedding Announcement, or something that buffs creature tokens, or something that buffs artifacts. Like, I don't know. I can't. I I would have to search through the collection. Create 2 tokens that are copies of it. So if you can buff this before it enters the battlefield also, I don't know if that's possible. You can Kodama, maybe. I don't know. Weird card. Yeah, Kumano, I don't know. This has potential. That's all I care about. I don't know if this card's good or not. I just like the idea of the card having multiple potential uses that I'm either thinking or not thinking of that are ready to be explored, right? That's what I want. That's what I'm looking for. A card like this is pretty exciting or scary, but I hope it's exciting. Could be both though.